The conclusion of the Zamasu saga in Dragon Ball Super ended with a defining slash from Trunks' sword, as he, with his newfound powers, along with help from present-day Goku and Vegeta, saved the future from a rogue god. But things certainly didn't stop here. As decisive as the final battle with Goku Black and Zamasu was, a timeline without the gods, Z-Fighters, or even Bulma is hopeless and doomed, and ultimately was erased by Zeno, leaving a new timeline for Trunks and Mai to reside in after the interference of Beerus in Universe 10. A bittersweet ending for sure for Trunks and Mai, as this places them just prior to Goku Black's attack in an uncertain future, meaning anything could be possible. Upon arriving in their new home timeline, Trunks and Mai are immediately rushed by Bulma, who can't believe her own eyes because, oddly enough, Trunks and Mai have already been killed here. A once really promising new start for Trunks and Mai has turned into another nightmare, as Trunks once again learns that meddling with time at all in any form of the sense can cause infinite chain reactions in other dimensions. Bulma hysterically sobs as she explains to Trunks and Mai everything that happened here just prior to them arriving, as a similar threat terrorizes this timeline as well. But this time, having to heed Beerus' words, Trunks must settle this once and for all on his own without relying on help from the gods. Goku Black may be back one final time, but Trunks has seen more than enough from him to want to end this for good, as at least he has his mother and Mai of all things backing him up. This is the story of Trunks' final battle with the gods, as he says goodbye to his friends and family in the main timeline one final time, and once again, being forced to create a new future in a fan manga called Dragon Ball Super Inexorable Distortion, brought to us by Mirai and Chibi Doms. If you guys want to check this out for yourselves, which I highly recommend, as Trunks is usually one of the better aspects of Dragon Ball, and this story definitely doesn't disappoint, I'll be sure to leave the link down in the description box, so be sure to go check it out. Also, before the video gets started, be sure to have that notification bell turned on to never miss an upload, and if you guys are enjoying the Dragon Ball content and are hyped to see a few new things regarding Trunks and Goku Black, consider leaving a like on this video as well. Also, don't forget to follow me on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all anime related content. But without further ado, darkness once again shrouds the universe as Zamasu, or Goku Black rather, terrorizes the earth. When we last left off in this story, which was quite some time ago, Trunks wastes no time once he learns that Goku Black is destroying this timeline as well, and goes to confront him immediately to end this nightmare once and for all. Upon arriving at Black's residence, Goku Black's initial shock at seeing Trunks again after having already killed him once turns to some form of sadistic joy, as he says that he'll take extreme pleasure in killing them both a second time, as he recalls this former battle with Trunks. 6 months prior, Goku Black did battle with this timeline's Trunks, as we see them colliding over the carnage Black has been creating all over the earth. Trunks charges his opponent, demanding to know why he's here and why he's done all this. But Black's simple answer? To eliminate these pests called humans from this world, delivering a powerful, stunning punch to Trunks. He sends him flying into the ground, but while he's distracted, Mai questionably fires a shot from a rifle, doing nothing but leaving a scratch on Goku Black's face, angering him immensely. Turning his attention to her, he makes less than quick work of Mai, killing her without any hesitation whatsoever, disposing of her right in front of Trunks, enraging him to no end. Trunks' power explodes, causing him to ascend to Super Saiyan 2 out of pure rage, which seems to amuse Goku Black as he takes note of this drastic power spike as well. But Trunks goes for the immediate ki blast that Black is able to maneuver around fairly easily. Trunks then fires a full power Gallic gun directly down at Black with seemingly no regard for the earth at all, with Black stating the same thing, that he's about to blow up the planet at this rate. It's at this time though that Goku Black powers up to Super Saiyan 2 as well, slicing right through Trunks' attack, telling Trunks that this is the reason humans must be destroyed. They don't appreciate anything that the gods have done for them or given them. Trunks appears to have exhausted most of his energy with that last attack, but in one last ditch effort, he spams everything he has into a barrage of ki blasts, hoping for some kind of result. Until he too is slain by Goku Black just in the blink of an eye. Back in the present day, however, a new, much stronger Trunks stands before Goku Black, as Black says that he doesn't care where he came from, For the sake of his Zero Mortals plan, he has no problem eliminating them both again, but when Trunks informs him that in his timeline he and Zamasu were both destroyed, Goku Black's entire expression changes. What? We were defeated, he says. Can it be that this Trunks is really that much stronger than me? No, I can't accept the idea that a filthy mortal can be equal to a god. Trunks gives all the credit in the world to his mother Bulma though, as he says that thanks to her and her time machine, he was able to go back to the past to get help from his father and Goku, but in the end, Zeno erased him and the entire universe that he worked so hard to rid of mortals, explaining that he only exists in this timeline because of Beerus killing Zamasu in another universe. Goku Black, while still shocked at his defeat in a different time, takes specific note that it seemed that Trunks and the others still weren't able to defeat him without Zeno or the gods, so he plans to take extra measures in delivering Trunks' remains to that sinful Bulma who embodies the crime of space-time travel. Trunks refuses to watch his mom or anyone else die for that matter anymore, as he tells Mai to take cover before the battle begins. Alright, I'll go. Just be careful, Trunks, she says, as both of them power up to Super Saiyan, but does Trunks really stand a chance against Black by himself? The final battle gets kicked off by Trunks charging Black much like we saw him do in the past, and he lands a solid punch then another kick to the ribs, sending Black flying through a building. He retaliates with Ki Blast of his own, then flies at Trunks, getting a pretty solid hit in as well that sends Trunks soaring backwards, then fires a Kamehameha to finish the job, leveling the mountains as well. This Trunks, however, is leagues stronger than the one Goku Black fought before, as he effortlessly is able to evade the attack, scolding Black for being so cocky and thinking that he could beat him like that, and round 2 begins as the two clash once more for the fate of the future. Trunks has proved that he has more than developed from his transgressions in the past in doing battle with a god. However, Goku Black does possess Goku's body as he smirks, telling Trunks that Goku's abilities are quite impressive. So why doesn't he show him firsthand, and then he charges Trunks at a blinding speed but disappears in an instant, leaving Trunks utterly confused. He then begins appearing all around Trunks, mimicking Goku's instant transmission, asking Trunks, can you dodge this attack though? Charging a Kamehameha in the process. He appears directly in front of Trunks, giving him little to no time at all to react, and unfortunately, it looks like this may be it, as even Trunks knows that using Goku's techniques tripped him up just enough, as the Kamehameha is fired at point blank range, engulfing Trunks in a huge explosion. Before long though, as the blast dies down, a burst of light and a huge gust of wind and lightning erupt from where Trunks was standing, and when he's revealed, he's pushed the limits and finally been forced to go Super Saiyan 2, and he's demanding that Black use that dreaded Super Saiyan Rose form of his as well, telling him that playtime is over and it's time to get serious. Black can only snicker at this request, but it's still quite impressive that he even knows about this transformation. He of course obliges to grant this wish, however this body of Goku's has been sculpted by the countless battles he's endured and can even compete with the gods. A perfect vessel for him along with an equally divine form that will be the last thing Trunks ever sees before he dies once and for all. He grants this request from Trunks as in the next panel, we see Goku Black rising to his full power, releasing the aura of the gods, finally unleashing Super Saiyan Rose, as he tells Trunks instead of asking for this form, he would have been much better off praying against it, but now this battle will finally come to an end once and for all. The fight continues to rage on as Black and Trunks square off for the fate of humanity, but to everyone's surprise, Trunks has been holding back this whole time as well, as his eyes go blank and his power level skyrockets. He too has another transformation, Super Saiyan Rage. Black is stunned, having never seen this form from the Trunks in his timeline, as even Trunks confirms that this version of him is much stronger. But just how did he do it? This was a form that Trunks was backed into a corner to obtain with properties he had no idea how to control. But the night before he and Mai left for this timeline, Trunks says he had a meeting with Whis and asked him about it. Whis asked him to demonstrate this form, but Trunks has no control over it, so just powering up like regular only gets him to Super Saiyan 2. However, when Whis tells him to attack him, he somehow changes immediately, almost as if on instinct. The best explanation Whis can think of is this being some sort of characteristic among Saiyan-human hybrids, allowing them to drastically multiply their power when angry. Taking Gohan for example, who has demonstrated this on numerous occasions. Trunks was able to unlock a new power because of certain characteristics that resonated within his soul, conscience, and mind, showing all points of his being in perfect sync, and today, he knows exactly how to harness this power to its fullest, and he'll use it to put an end to Goku Black once and for all. Even for Trunks and his newfound power, however, a god still stands before him, as Black says he cares nothing for this explanation on Trunks' pitiful new power, charging in to continue the fight. Rose begins attacking with his Keyblade, slicing the wasteland in the process, but Trunks looks like he still has the superior speed, landing a kick and then following up with a flurry of attacks, resetting the battle, and with the next panel being the two of them clashing fists with unimaginable power and resentment, sending a shockwave through the town. With surprising control over a form that was able to do what Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Vegeta, and even Vegito was not, Trunks looks to make this the last he'll ever have to see or hear of Zamasu and Goku Black. However, harnessing the body of a pure Saiyan does spell trouble for Trunks if he drags out a battle with Black, who will continuously grow stronger from battle experience as well as taking enormous damage. In this story, the secret to defeating Goku Black once and for all without the help from the gods or even Goku and Vegeta may lie in whatever Trunks has discovered about his powers after learning how special Saiyan-human hybrids are, but even then, Goku Black continues to grow stronger and plans to make use of Goku's full, and I mean complete arsenal of techniques in the coming chapters.